Hey everyone, it's your boy Steve Mollura, the owner of Shadow Diver Counseling. What I do is I help people face the things about themselves and the world that they're terrified of. I actually solved this problem many months ago, but so many of my colleagues and my friends are having trouble with this to the extent that I had to make a video explaining exactly what I did and why it's so screwed up, and also give you some step-by-steps to actually fix this thing. So first, Seven Cups is stealing your identity and taking your clients. That's it. This company is stealing your identity and taking your clients. It's a problem. If you're a mental health counselor, you're probably on their stupid website. So we're just going to test this out with some random names. Seven Cups is a therapy company, just like a bunch of the other venture capitalist companies. But we're just going to do a random name, Nicole, and we'll see what happens. So we go there, we type in Seven Cups Nicole into Google, and we can just see that they have multiple counselors tied to their websites. And excuse me, Nicole Looney, just for using you as an example. They do an aggregator. They take your information, usually from Psych Today or your own websites. They take that information and throw it on theirs. And because you're not actually affiliated with this company, all of their request for connection just goes back to them. Now, as you see at the bottom, they actually added this since I actually yelled at them and said I was going to sue their asses. This clinician is not employed by Seven Cups. This page is part of a provider directory. Only therapists that have claimed their listing with Seven Cups can be contacted directly through the platform. All of their therapists are listed as a resource for visitors. They are not employed by it. So information about this person may have changed. So go on Google, type in Seven Cups, type in your name. Now my thing has already been removed, but let's just type this thing. And it can be anyone. Here we go. Adam Robbins. I don't know who this person is. Same thing. If you type in your name, let's do Peter. Here we go. Here's these people. Once again, no actual image on it, just like a random tree thing. And hey, this person is not employed by Seven Cups. Then why are you using his name? Why are you using his licenses? Why are you using his location? Why, if I actually go on here and you see get in touch, it says give Seven Cups permission to attempt to forward my message. Because I bet it's going to be like, couldn't make it. We have to hook you up with one of our internal counselors. They want your clients and they want your clients' money, and they will use you and your information to do it. And so once again, go through here, type in your name, whatever the hell it is. Lacey. Nah, it's actually a town. Never mind. Well, here's a person. Here we go. Once again, just another pictures of trees. Not actually employed. Once again, using her credentials. So someone's looking for Lacey Chamberlain, Lacey Ryan, Lacey Hotchman. Maybe they got their business card or their flyers. Like, I really want to work with her. And you type in her name and it comes up like this. Instead of going to her website or her site today, it gets diverted to this venture capitalist firm that would stab you with a razor blade to save $1. Now, many moons ago, I solved this problem. And allow me to go through it step by step. So let me get out of here. So November 5th, back when I was actually called Prosperity Counseling, before I rebranded to Shadow Diver, I found my thing. I went to their website because there wasn't actually a email for them. Remove my data from your directory or I will bring legal action against your company, Steven Mollura. To which they replied, thank you for writing, dear Steven, thank you for writing to us about your listing on Seven Cups. We appreciate you taking the time to email us. As you may know, Seven Cups is the world's largest mental health community. Because Seven Cups is a popular site, we get a lot of search traffic. That is likely how you found us and how other people will also find you if you like. The listing service builds on information that is publicly available, like the NPI and others. We'd like to extend an offer to you of free 6 months in the listing service. So they want your money too, just to be a listing on their stupid website. So this, I'm getting angry, as you can tell. This will provide you with an opportunity to gain referrals from us at no cost. Normally, this would be $180. You'll be able to claim your profile and the credit by the end of the day today. Whatever. Our apologies for any confusion that this caused. A draft version of this site that didn't even yet have the ability to claim profiles was made available in search engines before it was ready. The ability to claim your profile did. So it was just a fucky-wucky. It was just a mistake on our part. They're scumbags, whatever. So if you're not interested in referrals, then you can just ignore this email. We have already deleted your account, or will have it deleted soon. To which I replied, "You people are scum. I will never work with you. You have committed unauthorized commercial use of my name, credentials, and identity. Remove all of my information from your website, or I will pursue legal action for misappropriation of identity and deceptive and unfair trade practices." To which they replied, "Sure." And then 2 days later, they didn't get it done, so I just sent them a reminder. Eventually, they actually got it off their system, and then eventually they got it off the scrolling data. So, statutory right of publicity. Let me actually just use it from... So I'm licensed in Florida, New York, and Pennsylvania. So let me do Florida first. Florida, section 540.08, unauthorized publication of name or likeness. No person shall publish, print, display, or otherwise publicly use for purposes of trade or for any commercial or advertising purpose the name, portrait, photograph, or other likeness of any natural person without the express written or oral consent to such use given by the person, any other person, firm, or corporation authorized in writing by such person to license the commercial use of her or his name or likeness, or it goes on, deceased, whatever the hell. So what does this mean? Well, it means that they screwed up and they are doing deceptive and illegal practices. It's actually a big problem. Same thing with Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania 8316, unauthorized use of name or likeness, basically the same thing. Any natural person whose name or likeness has commercial value and is used for any commercial or advertising purpose without the written consent of such natural person or the written consent of any of the parties authorized in the subsection may bring in action to enjoin such unauthorized use and to recover damages for any loss or injury sustained by such use. They are taking clients and money away from you. This is the damages. And they're doing it illegally, blatantly illegally. Legal mindset. Put me on your stream. I want to talk to you about VTubers. Anyway, so that was basically it. I made a request, I made some threats, but I did want to share what I actually did. So this is a fraud report created by Steven Mollura, owner of Shadow Diver Counseling. It's formatted for the FTC, their fraud reporting website, and I also made it just simple so that I can spam the 7 Cups of Tea website. Oh, excuse me, their Facebook page. And I think they deleted most of them, but I made it so that it's pretty easy to copy and paste. I am a licensed mental health clinician operating a virtual private practice. I recently discovered that 7 Cups, an online therapy platform, is using my name, credentials, and other professional information on their website without my permission. This unauthorized use of my identity and qualifications is being used to drive traffic to 7 Cups, effectively misleading potential clients by giving the impression that I am affiliated with or endorsing their services, which I am not. Furthermore, the use of my name and credentials in this deceptive way diverts potential clients from my own independent practice. 7 Cups actions harm my business by misleading individuals seeking my services and redirecting them to their platform instead. I did not authorize this use of my personal and professional information, and I consider it a violation of my privacy and intellectual property rights. The unauthorized use of my name and credentials has resulted in a direct loss of potential clients for my practice. Additionally, it has created confusion and mistrust among potential clients who believe I am affiliated with this platform. This is damaging my reputation and professional brand, causing financial and reputational harm to my business. Simple enough. Now, we never actually got this far, but I was prepped for war. I was loaded for bear. And I do want to just share a little bit about a cease and desist request. This would actually be after the cease and desist letter would be sent to Seven Cups. And also we would actually be in some sort of lawsuit. But this was actually hard for me to find their stupid address. It is 1201 Orange Street, number 600, Wilmington, Delaware, 19899. This one right here. So that was it. It took a while just because it sounds like they didn't want to be found, the scumbags. But this is a cease and desist injunction request created by Steven Mollura, owner of Shadow Diver Counseling. If you guys ever need this, I'm just going to leave this up for shared use. I'll also leave the other thing up for shared use as well. Unauthorized use of identity. I'll just leave it out. I'll just leave a link in the description so you can actually read it on your own end. But I was ready to really, really fight these people so hard because, God, they're just so evil. So, once again, simple process. Google 7 Cups, your name. If you find yourself, yell at them. Can be as angry as I was or more respectful, whatever. These are the things I need from you. If you don't do it, I'm taking this to legal. And go from there. I would highly suggest you file a claim with the FTC anyway, because this is reprehensible. But what I really want is that a bunch of us come together and make a class action lawsuit. Yeah. I want to know how much money they're stealing from all of us, and I want them to be sued for at least that amount. If these scumbags are doing this, BetterHelp's going to be doing it soon. These other venture capitalist things are going to be doing it soon. These are people that would stab us all in order to make their shareholder an extra 13 cents. So, if you're as angry as I am, just look into this. That's all.